Hello and Assalamu alaikum students. I'm your social studies teacher, Ms. Sayyeda Rakshanda Dehra. Students, as you know that we have started a chapter weather and climate, and in the previous session we learned about what is weather and what is climate. We learned about the differences between them, and we also learned different climatic zones of the world and what type of climate do they have. Students, our today's topic is factors that affect climate. So let's start this topic. Okay, the main reason for different climates in different places is temperature, that is the varying or the different amounts of heat received in different parts of the earth. And these variations in temperature in different places mainly depend on some factors. Let's learn about the factors that affect the climate of a place. Our first factor that affect the climate of a place is distance from the sea. Okay, distance from the sea means how much the place is near to the sea or it is far from the sea. Places actually coastal areas are generally cooler than the land bound areas. And land bound areas, what are land bound areas? These are the areas that are covered by land from all sides. For example, Lahore city and coastal areas are the areas that are nearby the coastline. For example, Karachi city. Yes, Karachi is a coastal city. So students, the coastal areas or the areas that are near to the sea have moderate climate. Yes, and the areas that are far away from the sea, they generally have extreme climates because of the land and the sea breezes. Here I would like to give you an example of Lahore city, which is a land bound city. Lahore remains hot and sunny throughout the summers because of being away from the sea. Whereas in summer, places like Karachi are hot during the day but generally pleasant in the evenings because of the sea breeze. Okay, look at this picture, students. This shows you about the coastal areas. You can see here all these places near the coastline, they are called the coastal areas, and generally their climate is moderate. They experience moderate climate. Okay, another factor, students, that affect the climate of a place is its distance from the equator. As we learned in the previous session also, that the places near the equator or lies in that zone which is near to the equator, they are the hottest places in the world. So places closer to equator are hotter and more humid than other places on the earth, and they also receive more rainfall. Whereas the polar regions, if we talk about the polar regions, so they are extremely cold with hardly any sunshine. Okay, here I would like to give an example of a place like Malaysia. Malaysia lies closer to the equator, so its climate is hot and humid. See, students, here a map of the world has shown to you that shows different climatic regions of the world that we learned in the previous session also. So areas in the green color are the hotter areas than the other parts of the earth. Uh, yes. Okay, what is another factor that affect the climate of a place? It's rainfall. Yes, rainfall. The temperature of a place changes significantly after rainfall, and just before the rain, it becomes hot, humid, and still, and becomes pleasant after the rainfall. So, places on or near the equator experience this throughout the year, and the amount of precipitation usually measured by the depth in inches, and rainfall is really an important factor in determining the climate of a place. And you all know that rainfall usually makes the weather pleasant. Another factor that affect the climate of a place is the direction of wind. Yes, students. winds bring hot and cold weather. If wind blows from a colder place, so it will have a cooling effect on the place it reaches. On the other hand, if it blows from a hotter region, so temperatures will rise in the area it blows towards. Okay, another important factor is altitude. As you know that altitude is the height of a place above the sea level. The higher we are, the colder it is. Places located above the sea level are cooler. Okay, the places that are located above the sea level are cooler, and then the other places or that are near or on the sea level that are uh, places located above the sea level are cooler than places on or near the sea level. And in Pakistan, you have seen that people often travel to Mari Sawat and other hill stations just to escape the scorching summer heat. And these places are at higher altitude; they are in high mountains, and that's why their temperature remains lower, cooler. That's why hill stations and higher places are cooler and pleasant in summer, and people like to go to these places. And as we go from surface to the earth to the higher, temperature decreases. Now look at this picture. This shows you how the altitude increases, so the temperature decreases. You can see at the 0 meter the altitude we have the temperature 30 degrees centigrade, whereas at 1000 meters 23.5, it decreases to 23.5 degrees centigrade, whereas when we reaches to 2000 meters of altitude, so it temperature decreases to 17 degrees centigrade. When we reaches to 3000 meters, so it decreases to 10.5 degrees centigrade. Okay, students, there are some links of the videos that I have given for you people. So you can watch these videos for your better understanding about the factors affecting weather and climate. And here is the copy work for you, your task that you are going to do in your copy. Question number 1 is, what is temperature? Question number 2, what are the factors that affect the temperature of a place or the climate of a place? And why is the amount of rainfall so important for the climate? Okay, students, so that's it for today. Inshallah, we'll be meeting soon with the next topic. So till then,